What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So we had one heck of a volatile day today in the stock market. The S&P went up 0.4%. The Dow went up 0.3%. We had the NASDAQ 100 up 0.6%. And we had the Russell go down about 0.6%. So today we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the markets, plus more. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys find value, and check out my Patreon, link down below, if you all want my buys, my sells, my call outs, morning update videos, plus more. All of that's on Patreon. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. And if you guys have been watching me for the past couple of days, and for the past couple of weeks for that matter, we've been talking about the overall downtrend on SPY, which you all know at this point, and we've talked about the critical resistance point being the 180 moving average here on the 20-day chart. We've rallied many times into that throughout the past couple of weeks, and pretty much all of these rallies have ended up being bull traps, right? Earlier in September, in the middle of September, end of September, even as early as yesterday, we saw a big rally, which ended up being a bull trap. Then we ended up dumping into the pre-market today. Then we saw another big rally throughout the day today. So it's been a huge downwards market filled with bull traps and filled with a crap ton of volatility. I mean, look, just these past couple of days, SPY's gone from 425 to 435 multiple times, 3-4 times just in the past couple of trading days. And with today's green day that we saw pretty much across the board, except for the Russell 2000, which I don't really care too much about the Russell. I'm not saying we should throw it out the window or flush it down the toilet. I mean, it's obviously one of the main indexes, but as long as SPY, the Dow, and QQQ are doing well, in my opinion, that's good, right? That's a good sign. And today we had a green day, and you can see clearly SPY ended up breaking above the 180 moving average. It's not like it's ripping above it though, but the fact that we saw a peak above it near the market close and we closed above it, that's a very good sign that the reversal could be in store. On top of that, or rather the reversal could be here. And on top of that, we're noticing a triple bottom at about 425, 426. You all can see we bottomed at 425 on the 1st of October, yesterday, and today. And now we're breaking out. But we're not fully out of the woods. That's the thing, guys. Just because we're peaking out of the 180 moving average doesn't mean we're fully out of the woods, because quite honestly, we got to start breaking into 440, 445, and at this point, we're still technically under 435, which was resistance yesterday and the previous couple of trading days before yesterday. So I'm going to put my alert right now at 430. Let's put it at 436, and if we start getting out of there towards 440 plus, that could be a sign that, hey, maybe today's rally wasn't a bull trap. Maybe the rally could be legitimate. But as of now, it's still pretty much 50-50. It could be a bull trap. Maybe it's not a bull trap because we peaked a little bit above the moving average on this 20-day chart. So time will tell. And the alerts will let us know tomorrow whether we're breaking out or we're going lower. And on that note, let me actually put an alert at 430 to see if we end up dumping under that tomorrow. Mark is at or below. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Drop a comment down below. And if I pop up QQQ, you guys can see this ended up rallying as well today, and it's trying to peak out of that 180 moving average on the 20-day chart. Very similar to SPY, right? And it's not quite yet out of the woods. I mean, we're still under a key resistance from the past couple of days at $360. And for us to see a full-on reversal for QQQ, in my opinion at least, we're going to have to see a break above 362. So I'm going to put one alert at 362. And if we sell off, let's say this is a bull trap, to confirm the fact that it is a bull trap, we're going to want to see it move under, I'd say, 357.50. So I'll put a mark is at or below 357 alert, 357.50 actually, and we'll watch it from there. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm not too convinced that the volatility's over, especially as we're seeing Congress go at it back and forth using negotiation tactics about the debt ceiling, the potential default of the United States, which I doubt is going to happen. I mean, this is all, in my opinion, negotiation tactics. So I think we will see volatility for the next week or two. But hey, if we break out into that October 18th deadline, that'd be nice, and we'd probably see volatility within the breakout, if that makes any sense. If that were to occur, let's say if this isn't a bull trap, if this rally we're seeing is legitimate. So again, drop me a comment. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys are finding value in the video thus far. And now let's talk a little bit about some stocks. We'll go over what I'm looking at. And if you all watched my video from earlier, which if you didn't, go watch it after this video. We talked about my 5 largest swing trades. You guys saw my 5 largest swing trades, and I want to go over a couple in this video. Some I do own, but some I don't, and I'm actually looking to maybe build positions in these stocks as well. So number one, which admittedly, I'm definitely not going to buy it here, but I want to cover it anyway because it was arguably the most green stock, a ton of volume today out there. It's AFRM Holdings, ticker symbol AFRM. This completely ripped today, and the volume got up to about almost 27 million, close to 30 million today. So a ton of volume for AFRM, and the stock went up 20%. So it looks like that dip we saw recently in the end of September into the beginning of October from 135 to about 108, 110, that ended up being a dip buy. And the reason why I'm saying I don't want to buy it here, and I'm probably, well, most definitely not going to buy it here, is the fact that I feel like the ship is sailed, right? I don't want to get FOMO and buy here near the peak, at least the peak from back in, when was this? February, when we got to 146. I would have much rather have bought yesterday or a couple of days ago when it was at 115, 110. So the way I'm going to be looking at AFRM here, guys, is, and by the way, I'm not telling you not to buy. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys must always make your own decisions and do your own due diligence. But the way I'm looking at it here is, sure, AFRM, it could run a little bit more. Maybe it gets a little bit more stretched. Let's say it gets to 140, 145. But from there, I would be looking for a dip. Maybe close to that 180 SMA again, which we literally pulled back to once, twice, 3 times over the past a little bit more than 1 month, right? Maybe we end up seeing a dip towards there. Maybe we pull back towards that 50 moving average, which we've also pulled back to. So let's say AFRM runs to 140, and then it starts dipping down to, let's say, 120, 125, maybe 115. That could be a dip entry. So I like the momentum here, no doubt about it. It's crushing it, but we have to be patient. We have to avoid FOMO here, at least if we're not already in it, which I'm not in AFRM right now. And we just have to wait for the better entry. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. And Smile Direct Club, ticker symbol SDC, this also ripped like crazy today. It went up 15%. Up about 90 cents, which for a $6 stock, 90 cents, that's a big green day. And now we're trading well above both moving averages on this 4-hour chart. And we're approaching the resistance of this downwards channel, which has been resistance ever since the beginning of this year. Pretty much all of 2021, guys, we've been downtrending within this channel, and the stock's gotten clobbered. I mean, it was $16 back in January, and it just hit a low of $4 in the middle of August. That is a drop of almost 70%. So Smile Direct Club, it's beaten down, and that was a 70% drop when it was at $4.50. So now that it's almost at $7, the stock is still down a ton, but not as much as 70%. It's down about 57%, which is still a lot in the red. So this could end up breaking out, guys. I mean, yes, we have tested the top of this channel many times as we did move out of the moving averages, and all of these rallies in the past ended up being bull traps, but this could pretty much this might not be a bull trap again. That's what we have to watch out for. But again, it could be a bull trap. We really don't know. It's 50-50. But there is going to be a time where we test the top of the resistance and then we just completely rip out. So that is why every time, not only for SDC, but every time we see a stock, an ETF, an index test a resistance again, it could be that time it breaks out. Just because it didn't break out in the past doesn't mean it's never going to break out. There's going to be a time where it does break out. And that is why we got to be on top of these stocks, guys. That's why we have to set our alerts so we do not miss the moves. And now after hours, SDC is moving up even more. It's up like another 10 cents. So I'm going to put my alert. Let's put it at $7.15. We'll watch what it does above $7 per share near the top of that channel. And if we start breaking out towards $8, $9, $10, that would be a very good sign that momentum's going to kick in. And who knows, we could get back to the teens on this stock. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. I don't want to get ahead of the stock because, come on, guys, it's still a $6 stock. We're nowhere near the teens. But we have to just take it step by step, set our alerts, and see what's going down. And some big tech names I'm looking at right now. Number one is Amazon. This one's holding the bottom of this wedge. You guys can see it's been making lower highs and higher lows for the past couple of months. And with today's 1.3% green day, we popped above the bottom of this wedge here. We held a higher low, and now we're trading above the low point from the middle towards the end of August, which was around 31.80. Now we're at 32.60. So in my opinion, Amazon could make a move towards the top of this wedge, maybe towards those moving averages on this 4-hour chart, whether it's 33.50, 34, 3400, rather 34.50. I think that is where we could be going, especially if we do get an overall reversal here in the markets. And yes, if we crash markets, the rally we saw today ended up being a bull trap. Yeah, expect Amazon to go lower. But if we stabilize, we see more upside in the markets, which I would love. I mean, it's been a month sell-off at this point. I'm ready for us to go back up in the trend. If we do go back up or stabilize, I do expect fully that Amazon will start moving up towards 33, 34 again. And if you guys are in my Patreon, you know that I've bought Amazon a couple of times during the sell-off. And the most recent buy I had, I believe, was yesterday, or was it Monday? Either one of those 2 days, I bought it at 3,200, a little bit under 3,200, I believe, and I'm long and strong, guys. I'm not being shaken out of these tech stocks right now. There's just no way. I'm continuing to buy these on the dip. Google is another one that I bought some. I believe last week I bought a little bit more Google. And full disclosure, I'm long Google. You guys know it's my favorite stock. I absolutely love this company from YouTube, what you're watching this on, which I believe is undervalued. The Google search engine, Android. There's just so many segments of this business that are growing, and I believe will be here for decades to come. Well, I don't want to say decades, like, oh, I know Google will be here in 50 years from now, but I'm confident Google will be here 10, 20 years from now. Who the heck knows? 30, 40, anything could happen. But I'm very, very confident Google will be here 10 years down the line, at least, maybe even 20. Very possible. And I own the stock at about $2,000, a little under $2,000 a share. I bought more at about, I think, 26 something recently, a couple days ago, like I just mentioned. And I think at this point in time, markets looking like they want to reverse. At least they're trying to. We don't know what's going to happen yet. It's too soon to tell. But we're seeing a bullish divergence. And if we do get that reversal in the markets, bullish divergence will probably play out. Google breaks out of the moving averages, and boom, we might see that next leg up, which would give Google a shot to maybe get to $3,000 a share, which is crazy. I didn't even realize that. Well, it's kind of obvious. The all-time high is 2,900, but I didn't realize that we're so close to $3,000. I mean, hey, Amazon, Google's on your tail, even though the stock price, a lot of people get this mistaken, especially beginners. They think, oh, the Google stock price is 3,000, or now it's 2,700. Amazon's 3,200. Oh, Amazon must be a larger company because the stock's price is more, right? Wrong. That's not how it works, guys, but that's how a lot of beginners think. You have to realize the stock's price doesn't have anything to do with the value of the company at the end of the day. You could have a stock that is $4,000 a share and it's cheaper than a stock that's $5 a share. It really has nothing to do with the dollar value of the shares. There's a lot more that goes into it, and that's a whole different topic for a whole different video. But overall, I'm looking at Amazon, Google, big tech a lot right now. SOFI is another one that we've been covering, and I promise you guys in my video from earlier today that I will cover SOFI in this video that you're watching right now because it had a pretty good green day today. It went up 2.3%. It broke above 1650, which was a key level that I was watching for this stock. And now we're really at the brinks of a breakout. Right by this 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart at about 1660. 1665. That is where I think we could see that push back to 17.18 per share here on SOFI. So I'm going to put my alert, let's say at 1665, right by that main moving average. I want to see exactly what's going to happen there. And then from that point in time, hey guys, like I said, we could be pushing 1780, 18 per share. No doubt about it. That is where I think this bad boy could be headed. So watch out for SOFI tomorrow, the rest of this week, next week. Just keep your eyes on it. There's no reason not to at this point. The trend looks pretty solid. And Palantir, we got some good news from Palantir today, which I'm surprised it ended up selling off as much as it did. If you guys can see, Palantir, it still had a pretty good day. I mean, it went up 1.6% at the close, but earlier in the day, it was up, I think, over 8, 9, 10% at one point because we got news of a brand new government contract. Let's see here. If I zoom down or scroll down, rather. Look, this morning, Palantir, that was actually yesterday. Oh, I thought it was this morning. Anyway, Palantir Technologies are trading higher. The shares are trading higher after the company announced it won a $823 million contract for intelligence, data, fabric, and analytics foundation for the capability drop to program. And obviously, the more contracts, and full disclosure, I am not long Palantir, and I am not too well versed with the company. I'll be right up front with you guys and say that. But from what I understand, the more government contracts they get, the better, right? This is very good news for Palantir. And again, this is why I'm kind of surprised it didn't hold the gains from earlier, but I guess it's kind of like a sell the news event, sell the fact event, which I guess you could argue is what we got today. So I'm looking to see if Palantir could ultimately move back over the moving averages on this 4-hour chart, which you guys can see. We rallied up to the moving averages earlier, pre-market, after-market yesterday, and then we saw the big dump earlier today and throughout the day today. So I want to see a push back above, let's say 25, 26. So I'm going to put an alert at 26 to watch and see what it does above that point in time or that point on the chart. And NVIDIA is another one I'm looking at here. Bullish divergence, very similar to Google. You guys can see since the middle of September, we've been getting a strengthening RSI as the stock's been moving down. It's trying to hold the uptrend as of now. We had a pretty decent 1.2% green day today, and we're about to test the moving averages again on this 4-hour chart. And admittedly, we are seeing a bit of a death cross. 50's crossing under the 180 SMA, and we're literally right by the 50 SMA right now. So if this was a bull trap, we would get rejected at about 210, 208, and we could go lower. But listen, if the market stabilizes, we do get a pop in the markets the rest of this week, I think NVIDIA could start breaking 210, start breaking 212, and maybe start making a move into the 2 teens again. And that is where I think we could start getting some momentum to the upside. So overall, guys, that's pretty much it. NVIDIA, Palantir, Google, Amazon, SoFi, AFRM, and Smile Direct Club. Those are 7 stocks that I'm looking at right now. And if you all enjoyed the video, I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop me a comment. Are you a buyer of these stocks? Are you selling any of these stocks? Let me know down below in the comments, and make sure to hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and check out my Patreon if you guys want my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more. I'm posting literally everything I'm doing on Patreon. That's linked down below, or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $30 from M1 Finance, your 2 stocks from Webull, up to $1,600. Those are linked right down below. And check out my video from earlier. I'll pop it up here. 5 stocks that I'm swing trading right now. If you guys want to know those 5 stocks and you're not in my Patreon, you want a little glimpse at that, check out the video. I'll pop it up here. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.